back to Girls with Goals Global. My name is Leanne, and you're tuned in to video number 13, where we're going to talk about business leadership. As always, I'm going to reference from Daniel Marcos on an article entitled Business Leadership and How It Has Changed. And as always, I'm going to include my own opinions as we go along. So, the term business leadership, based on the article, how we spoke about leadership qualities briefly in a few videos past. And as an entrepreneur, you always have to remember that you need to incorporate certain leadership qualities if you don't have them already, or at least work on, such as being empathetic, such as being proactive, an effective communicator, interpersonal skills in order to work well with the people that are working with you and under you, and certain skills that follow these. So, in months, leaders had to change their minds, modify traditional structures, make difficult decisions, and adapt to needs of certain risks and certain crises that occur around and in their business development. So, in order to survive, we have experienced a lot of businesses and organizations. They had to make crucial adjustments to their internal structures, their operation systems, their communication strategies, their marketing strategies, even their business model, and in their team, but above all, radically transform their leadership. In months, leaders had to change their mentality, modify traditional structures, make difficult decisions, and adapt to the needs demanded by certain crises. Well, this current one that we're going through, pandemic. From one moment to another, businesses had to close their operations, even transfer their workforce to operate remotely. Some businesses operate 100% remotely now, as opposed to days gone by. In this new environment that we live in, leadership must focus more on results, responsibility, and freedom, rather than where and how your team does its work. I'm going to share with you and also reference some of the skills that are needed for successful leadership or leadership in business. To be agile or agility, less hierarchical structures. So strategic plans are important to achieving your vision, but they can't be set in stone either. The pandemic was an unforeseen situation that took all businesses in the world, companies even, by surprise. Consequently, it is important to be ready to turn, change course quickly, and try to affect the entire organization as little as possible. So it's like you have to have a backup plan, a contingency plan, an emergency plan for the what ifs, just like what the situation that we're in right now. To have an agile company, you must get rid of a hierarchical structure and have multidisciplinary and autonomous teams that can operate without being micromanaged. Rather than leading a group of people, management responsibilities should be distributed throughout the organization. Large teams are not as agile as a network of small teams that can be distributed and focused on new products. So, focusing on small business owners with like maybe 2 people working for them, or maybe less than 10, it's despite you being in charge, it's always good to make your business agile so that in your absence, or in the event of the what ifs, then someone else can step in, or someone else can do something. It's not just you like as if you're the only one that can do this. If you're solopreneur, it's easier that way because you are self-reliant, you are the all-rounder. But insofar as you have team members that work with you, it's always good to, as I said earlier in the previous video, about entrepreneurship skills and personalities, it's always a good idea to delegate. Stay close to what you're stronger in and get help with what you're not so strong in. Foster strong and healthy human connections. So people are inherently social creatures. It should come as no surprise that we long to feel connected to the people we spend most of our days with. So how can we as business leaders help those connections occur between our staff, our team? I'm going to reference Greg Lederman. Is a best-selling author focused on employee interaction. After a long investigation, he discovered 3 things that people need at work to feel completely fulfilled. The first one is the need to be recognized. The second is the need to be respected. And the third is the need to have relationships. The leaders of an organization, of a business, of a company act as guides for the employees. Your role is to set the emotional tone of relationships and drive the strategic direction that it should follow. So you as your business leader should be your business's roadmap, should be your team members' guide, or should serve as a guidance tool, or should be, have that level of communication that would make your employees feel respected, feel recognized, feel appreciated. Building a great and memorable culture, or work culture, is very important too in terms of business leadership. Happy and productive workplaces and workers don't just happen overnight. They are the direct result of the leader's efforts to create a vision that motivates everyone. As I said in the previous video, you have to be self-motivated in order to motivate others, especially people you work with and who are helping you bring your business's vision to fruition. Your business culture is part of your legacy. As I always say, you are your brand. If you allow it to be default, if you allow it to be nonchalant, if you allow it to be where so things are, or just running as is, or like just anyhow, as we say, neither you nor your team will be comfortable with the results. Businesses have changed, and as such, leadership must change as well, and must also do so to not be left behind in a world that demands and encourages digitization. Traditional structures with deeply rooted leaderships drag companies down and do not allow them to operate in the dynamics of the technological age. So as the times are getting more evolved and changing, leaders in their respective rights, especially you as an entrepreneur owning your own business, you have to also be changing as well. You also have to have a level of market intelligence and know what is happening around you, basically. So you just, all in all, I would say, to be an effective business leader, if I have to put it in one sentence, in my opinion, it would be to incorporate all the traits that I just mentioned, but also to just be there for your team members. I would say, if I have to put it in one word, one sentence, just be there. Be that rock, that guide, that advocator, that advisor, that just be self-reliant. To be an effective leader, you have to incorporate a lot of skills, a lot of traits, a lot of important things like communication, like team building, like interpersonal skills, effective communication, or just communicating, understanding where your team members or your employees are coming from. For my solopreneurs, you have to just be self-reliant and motivate yourself. Garner motivation from whatever motivates you. We are all different. We have different things motivate us. So whatever that helps you help your business and help your brand, then just do what works for you. And always plan ahead, even if it doesn't work out as planned, but you have something to fall back on, you have something to look back on. It's like a drawing board. You did it, you planned it, didn't work out, you go back and see where you went wrong, what you could have done better, and things like that, just to get you on the right track to where you want your business to eventually end up, and to see that the goals of your business and your vision comes to fruition. Thank you so much for viewing this video on business leadership. I hope my informative videos are helping at least one person. That would mean so much to me. Don't forget to follow Girls with Goals Global on Facebook, on Instagram, on LinkedIn, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Thank you for watching.